Taste. In this video, I will show you exactly what you're buying, exactly how the A1 Part 1 program looks like, both with feedback and without feedback. So keep watching. I will show you everything step by step. And also in the comments, there will be 2 sample videos linked. So you can also watch 2 lessons completely for free. Of course, the lessons that are free are random, so you may not be right now at the appropriate level to start them. They are just provided so you have an idea how I'm teaching, how the course looks like, etc. What kind of exercises we do. Everything in this course is from zero, so you don't need to know any Polish at all before you get started. I'm going to show you how the experience looks like on a computer, but it will work exactly the same on mobile and on an iPad or a tablet. So when you already get your emails, when you purchase, you will log into the platform, you will see dashboard. So on the dashboard, you will basically see any product, any digital course which you've purchased. If you purchase A1 Part 1 feedback, you just click it. And you start with an introduction. In the introduction, I'm explaining you exactly how are you supposed to study, how to access the Telegram group if you study with support, where to submit the written assignments, etc. I'm basically explaining how the course works, how you're supposed to study. And here, this is something available for everyone. Doesn't matter if you study with support or without support. You can download your files. So all of like the freebies, all the presentations, the easy to sum up PDFs are directly located under the lesson. So you just put your name and last name, your email. You agree that once you download, you will lose your right to refund because obviously you cannot already refund downloaded files. This is everything you can see in the videos. It is the same in the PDF, so you don't have to download the file straight away if you're still not sure if it's something for you. Once you're sure, okay, I want to study with you, Veronica, you download the files and you can, print them and revise. Here is an information that download our app, Learn Polish with Veronica. It's available both in iOS, your app store, and mobile for Androids. So this is an app, content reader, so you must purchase the course through our website and then log in with your credentials, not go straight to the app. It will not work. And here you have information how to join the Facebook group if you want, how to join the Telegram group. Of course, the Telegram group is for support students. The non-supported course will not have access to it. And here I'm also giving you some tips. So you can install a Chrome extension that will translate, give you like English subtitles and Polish subtitles to any video that you watch online. And here you have the possibility to join our Telegram broadcast channel. Once you click this link, you'll open our Telegram broadcast where you have like the sentences that we create during our classes. You can listen to them, unlimited times. Just repeat after me. There is spaces between the recordings so you can, revise this way. It's good to have both, stuff on the screen in front of you, but also the listening, the MP3, the recordings inside the app.
Czy to jest mężczyzna?
Then you can download the cheat sheet if you want. This is like the grammar and basic conjugation summed up in a PDF, so you have everything handy. And then you start with class 1. So the first few classes of the mini course are on YouTube, so there will be preview right here in case you want to see how it looks. And again, you can download all the resources if you want. I'm also adding some videos, from Netflix, just a few of them. Of course, there aren't many available, but so that you hear the words in real life, the ones that we do in the mini course. And this is how the whole mini course module works. This is like an introductory 1 hour in 10 lessons where we just introduce the basic words that are similar to English. We make a basic sentence with them, so you already have confidence when you speak, just with basic vocabulary. We deep dive into Polish in the second module, which is called Essentials. So again, there is an introduction. I'm letting you know how many letters there are in the alphabet, how to pronounce certain sounds, etc. So it's always worth to watch the introduction, because then you will not be lost in anywhere. Again, you can download the resources, and then you study the alphabet. The alphabet module is divided into 3 parts. So the first part is where we introduce the same letters as you have in English and how we read them in Polish. The part 2 is the letters that are only in Polish language. So you learn only these letters. And then part 3 are the sound combinations. So for example, how to make sh sound, how to make r sound, orthography, and so on. So you learn to read and write properly here. You learn the orthography, and you always have these kind of exercises where you try to find a solution. Then you will learn how to spell your name, and if you are studying with support, you are pressing this recording and you spell your name and last name for us. Then you write your name here, last name here, so we check if you spelled it correctly, and you send to us, and you get our feedback Monday to Friday. Of course, if you study without support, you will not have these features. In the next lesson, you learn to read Polish. So you have a text from the words that we introduced in the alphabet lesson and in the mini course. I've created a very basic text, very basic sentences. You read them for us, so we again check your pronunciation if you master these sounds properly. Then again, since a lot of students kind of skip the first modules or they don't pay that much attention, I am one more time bringing up the revisions. So you have the Telegram channels, but also Quizlet flashcards, and they are available for you right from this button. Just to give you an idea, of course, this is the desktop version. You have Quizlet also on your mobile phone, and you have the words that we've introduced in the first lesson, so you can revise them with voice or without voice. You have a lot of settings here, so you can adjust, whether you want front Polish or English, whether the lectors, if sometimes the lector speaks with British accent or English accent, American accent, the Polish words, you can also switch it in your settings, so everything is here. You can find it all directly inside your Quizlet app or on Quizlet desktop. And then we start to study properly. So each module is called a day, and in A1 part 1 we have a total of 15 days. So each module has around 5 lessons, and there is always a revision class in the end. So in the first lesson, we learn how to order ice cream. We don't put too much pressure on grammar. I am explaining you why we don't put too much pressure on grammar in the first lessons. And we slowly, step by step explain everything, how to form sentences in this case, with that case, etc. And here you can also download the PDFs. This is how the PDFs look. I will show you now on the screen. You can print them, to have easy revision, or you can have them digitally. It's totally up to you. And then again, if you have the support package, you will have a real picture of a real ice cream shop in a mall in Wrocław and in Rynek City Center, where I went and took a picture, and you order ice cream. And you press the recording button, send us your recording, we check it. So it's a real life practice. After just 1.5 hours of studying, you have a real life exercise. And if you don't have support, you still have these exercises here where you do your self checks. And again, I'm reminding you to join the Telegram channels. Again, you have a cheat sheet in case you missed it, and you study like this, one lesson at a time, one by one. It's up to you how many lessons you want to do during the day. The lessons are usually between 10 and 20 minutes. This one has 17 minutes because we introduce your first grammar, how to make plural, what is the nominative case. I'm introducing you the tables, I'm introducing you how to make plurals, what are the genders, and everything step by step. And again, even if you don't have support, you have these exercises where you have to, feel the endings, which we've been learning in the class. And then again, you have some pictures and you have to reply whether this is or it's not. There is always information here. So for example, here I'm asking, is it Tom Hanks? And you have to write, yes, it is Tom Hanks, etc. So there are many exercises for you to practice. I'm even bringing sometimes some examples from real life, again, TikTok. And then after you go through 4 lessons, you have a revision. So there is again a short video where you revise everything that you've learned in these 4 lessons within 11 minutes. And you study like this with me, step by step. You have always a video lesson, some exercises embedded underneath, and you study like this for all 14 days. Once you reach day 14, so all 14 modules or 22 hours of the course, you have module 15, which are basically printable revisions, and you can generate your certificate. And here you can buy part 2, or if you bought part 2 with your initial order, that's also fine. You can move directly to part 2, and you can download these revisions we've created for you from all the 14 modules, all the 14 days. You can print it, and there is also a key at the end so you can check your responses. This is something individual, you can just test yourself, totally up to you. And if you purchase part 2, I will show you exactly how part 2 looks like. Again, I will show you with feedback. As I mentioned, if you don't buy the feedback version, you will not have these voice recording exercises. Let me show you one more time how it looks. So this is, for example, a written exercise. Of course, they are also included in part 1. So you have this comment space and you just submit it. And you can see here we always provide you feedback almost the same time. And there are many replies of others, so you can also check others' replies to get inspired, see what mistakes they make, then check our replies. So this is public to all students, but your voice recordings, of course, they are not public, they go directly to us. So I showed you the voice recording feature, I showed you the written comments. So just to be clear, the non-feedback version does not have these exercises. It will have these yellow exercises, which you just check by yourself. And again, part 2 is day 16, 17, all the way to day 26. It works exactly the same way. The modules, the topics that we cover will appear right now on the screen, so you can have a look. This is A1 level by European framework. There is everything that we cover. I actually even in part 2 expanded a little bit further, added some elements from A2 level like basic imperative, etc., and expanded vocabulary because I want the course to be as practical, as everyday language as possible. Sometimes course books skip vocabulary that is really used in real life. I add that vocabulary, I add a little bit of colloquial language too, so that you are aware how Poles speak in everyday life. The course books usually skip this kind of stuff. And then again, day 27 are revisions and certificate. So just like in part 1, you can generate here your certificate and you can download the PDF revisions and see how you learned this module, do like a mini test to yourself, and then there is a key in the end so you can see how you've done. If you want to learn Polish at your own pace, you don't want to be dependent on the teacher's schedule, you're a busy person, you have a lot of work, maybe kids, you want to study offline, we have a mobile app so you can always download the lessons directly to your phone. It works the same like Netflix. Just pre-download the lessons on Wi-Fi, just make sure you have enough storage on your phone because the lessons are quite heavy. They might be even up to 1 gigabyte if it's a long lesson, but usually around 300-400 megabytes. Just pre-download them and they will be available for you everywhere, even on the plane, you know, you can just download them and study anytime. Just keep in mind that these yellow exercises, obviously you need internet access to submit them to check your reply. They will not be available offline. Offline, you can have the lessons only. This way, with my course, with part 1 and part 2 of A1, you can complete an entire A1 level in less than 3 months. I had students to complete both parts in less than 2 months, and even some students completed everything in 1 month, but they've been studying a lot. All the course, A1, Part 1 and 2 is together 34 hours, and of course you need to also count time that you will spend on doing the flashcards, the revisions, the exercises. So I would say minimum 60 hours you need of your time to complete the entire A1 level program. It is achievable to do it within 30 days with this program because everything is recorded. You will have practice with the feedback version, of course, so you can totally complete the A1 level faster. The prices and fees are changing from month to month, so it depends really on the volume of students. We have a lot of students. They may change from time to time. The link is directly in the comments, as well as I promised you the 2 free lessons so you can see my teaching style what are we doing, how the presentations look like. Everything is brand new, created by us. There is no course books, nothing like that. All the materials are done by me and my team, with all the teaching experience that I have and my team has, basing on the mistakes that students make, basing on what is really needed in real life. So for example, in the A1 program, we really focus the first modules to get the basics right, to prepare you for that street conversations, like ordering ice cream, greetings with your parents, with your mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother of your partner, like this kind of situations that you will need straight away. That's why you probably learn Polish. And if you learn Polish because you love Poland or you live in Poland and simply need to communicate, it will also be very handy for you, because look, the first lesson here is deli counter and numbers. So these situations when you go to like supermarkets, the big ones, and you want to get some cheese or ham by weight. You don't want to buy the prepackaged ones, which are usually more expensive. You just go to the vendor there and ask, hey, I would like 200 grams of X cheese. Like, we practice all this kind of situations, so you know exactly what to say, and don't stress over the endings, because this is all with nominative case. So the same way the words appear in the dictionary, the same way you will use. You will not learn any cases until module 3, when we learn the instrumental case. So the first approximately 5 hours of the course is only nominative case, so that you can communicate without stressing about grammar. And then we go to the cafe. So again, you order coffee with whipped cream, without X ingredients which you don't like. Like, we cover all this type of vocabulary that you really, really need. And then again, you order a donut, you order zapiekanka, which is a Polish, like a toasty pizza. And then again, you are learning, like how to ask for a piece of cake at the confectionery store, how to interact in the supermarket in day 8. So everything is step by step for you there. If you want to learn self-paced and also get real teachers' feedback on your pronunciation, on your grammar, on your writing, then this course is for you. Thank you so much if you stayed until the end. And if you have any questions, just let us know.